Guys, check this out. This is gonna blow your mind. Whether you're a gamer, whether you had a childhood where you watched The Matrix like me or not, but this is insane.
Philosophic concept that a sufficiently advanced civilization will be able to create a simulation. Yeah, maybe you've answered this before. A simulation.
I've had so many simulation discussions; it's crazy.
Okay, so because
in fact, it got to the point where basically every conversation was the AI slash simulation conversation. And my brother and I finally agreed that we would ban such conversations if we were ever in a hot tub. Okay. That was like, because that really kills the magic.
Just to give a little bit of a background about Elon Musk, I don't know if you guys are a fan of it or not, but he was a I mean, he is a big fan of simulation, right? About just the humans and how we work and whatnot. But before he started all these journeys about, pretty much saving the planet, taking us to Mars, Solar City, Tesla, he actually was contemplating on starting a video game company. He wanted to create the best video game that the planet has yet seen. But his thought process went as if even if he was able to do such a thing, how much effect would it actually have on our human race? And he went with the latter to save it by other forms of energy and whatnot. I guess it's a pretty good choice. All right, let's continue.
Oh, so the idea is right. Any sufficiently advanced civilization could create a simulation that's like our existence, and so the theory follows that maybe we're in the simulation. Have you thought about this? And
a lot.
Are we?
Even in hot tubs? So much so it had to be banned from a hot tub. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the sexiest conversation.
Are we in?
I mean,
get ready to get your mind blown.
I think here's, remember, like the strongest argument for us being in a simulation, probably being in a simulation, I think is the following. That 40 years ago, we had Pong, like two rectangles and a dot. That was what games were. Now, 40 years later, we have photorealistic 3D simulations with millions of people playing simultaneously, and it's getting better every year. And soon we'll have virtual reality, augmented reality. If you assume any rate of improvement at all, then the games will become indistinguishable from reality.
Holy shit. Basically what he's saying is this, that like even 10 years ago, this is my lifetime, right? 10 years ago, freaking PS1, we used to play that pixelated bullshit in Game Boy. Now people are putting on whole like white things over their faces and moving their arms around. We're living in the future, right? That's just 10 years. What he's saying is that if games continue to improve the way they have been, and it just keeps going, given that we don't get extinct, within some time, it's gonna be indistinguishable from reality.
Indistinguishable. Even if that rate of advancement drops by 1,000 from what it is right now, then you just say, okay, well, let's imagine it's 10,000 years in the future, which is nothing in the evolutionary scale.
Guys, wow. Even if the rate went down by 1,000, within 10,000 years we would have that. And we gotta keep in mind that these guys they talk in a lot of like precision, right? They're not just like saying shit like indistinguishable, like they're not. It's not an advertisement for Sony or some shit. He's the guy who's like saving our race pretty much right now. When he says indistinguishable, he literally means that imagine you going to sleep and just waking up on another planet, another life. That's what he's talking about. That's the extent games can go. Jesus Christ.
So given that we're clearly on a trajectory to have games that are indistinguishable from reality, and those games could be played on any set-top box or on a PC or whatever, and there would probably be, billions of such, computers or set-top boxes, it would.
Wait, I lost him.
Computers or set-top boxes. So given that we're clearly on a trajectory to have games that are indistinguishable from reality, and those games could be played on any set-top box or on a PC or whatever, and there would probably be, billions of such, you know, computers or set-top boxes, it would seem to follow that the odds that we're in base reality is 1 in billions. Tell me what's wrong with that argument.
Is the answer yes?
The argument is probably. I mean, but I just like, is there a flaw in that argument?
I mean, someone.
I'm not sure what the error.
No. The argument makes sense. So the assumption then is
Of course,
that
it makes sense. It's Elon Musk.
somebody beat us to it, and this is a game.
No. There's a 1 in billions chance that this is base reality.
Oh, okay.
This what do you fucking call these guys? Interviewer is he's just having a little bit hard time to realize that what Elon just exactly meant, right? This guy, when he's talking about that there's 1 in a billion chance, he literally means there's a 1 in a billion chance. He's not just saying that to exaggerate. In my understanding, this is the last point. What he just made goes like this: like, once we have come to the agreement, that we understand that we are on our way to be able to make video games that's going to be indistinguishable from the reality we live in right now, and they can be played in different types of game consoles in our boxes, and let's say it would mean that we have like billions of these. So the chance that we ourselves are in base reality right now is 1 in a billion. In other words, it's not, this is the ground zero. This is not Photoshop's background and then whatever you add, those are the layers. This is one of the layers we're living in. That's much more probable. There's a much higher chance of that being probable than us actually being the sculptures. Whatever we create, the advances we have, those are the newest things. No, it's not like that. It's much more probable that we're actually living in one of the layers, one of the simulations that has been created by some other intelligent beings before us.
What do you think?
Well, I think it's 1 in billions.
Okay.
I mean, that seems to be like clearly what it suggests.
Right.
And actually, I mean, arguably, we should hope that that's true, because otherwise, if civilization stops advancing, then that may be due to some calamitous event that erases civilization. So maybe we should be hopeful that this is a simulation, because otherwise...
So they could reboot it.
Well, otherwise, either we're going to create simulations that are indistinguishable from reality, or civilization will cease to exist. Those are the two options.
Oh my fucking god. Either we'll create simulations that are indistinguishable in reality, that's option 1, or civilization will cease to exist. Can you imagine the amount of like the magnitude of confidence he has in this theory? And guys, this is a fucking billionaire. Okay? And on top of that the fact that he's a billionaire, he's Elon Musk. He's buddies with Bill Gates. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not like one of those entertaining bullshit you have on National Geographic. These guys, oh my god, fuck. Alright, so let me see my this other short clip that I have. I'm not gonna play the whole thing.
How do you think will virtual reality tie in the future of transportation, which you are working on?
So this is games and virtual reality is pretty much like it's gonna be synonyms. It almost is kind of right now.
Well, maybe we're in a simulation right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
That's all for this one. It's just like, all right, now guys, this is not the first person who said this. There's been books about this. I think this guy made this. He had this book, like a 1,000-word book about this. All this pretty good. What's his name? I don't mind, but you guys can find it. He theorized this before. Even Stephen
As they
Hawking
have
said
been
it.
on this project.
Oh well, this is about AI intelligence. My bad. But on a different note, this is also something that's pretty interesting.
How far along the path to artificial intelligence do you think we are?
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful. but I think the development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race.
Jesus Christ, man. This is insane. Even though it's like a complete different topic, it really isn't that much so, because artificial intelligence, the way we are looking at it now, and the amount of power we're trying to give, like how advanced technology is getting with robotics, they will have an interface that's very similar to games, I believe. We can't recreate consciousness, but hey, we can get close enough so that these guys are not taking it as a joke, right? Um, it's just fucking mind blowing to put these ideas forth, like that we have at play. And if there's one thing that's like good to look for, is that this is in our lifetime, right? Like this is not, maybe gaming and being like, distinguishable from reality may be further, but artificial intelligence is already here. Elon projects us to go to Mars within like 2025. Just putting all these things, the next fucking decades are gonna be pretty weird. But going back to the topic, artificial intelligence, and from my take, it's basically like this: we're creating these robots that, just to help us, right? And then as wait, I think I loaded the video. Oh yeah, wait, where is that video? No, I didn't. I got this from a video, so I don't want to actually like just say it as if I'm coming up with it. Elon Musk, Bill Gates. Bill Gates explains it really well.
Recently, you said that artificial intelligence advanced.
All right, so one of the biggest, a little background, one of the biggest fears of our leaders right now, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, these people, is that artificial intelligence will actually overpower us, right? And as you can see in the last video, Stephen Hawking has said the same thing. Now, there are some scientists, well, this guy's gonna point out that thing that, oh, this is just too much, it's publicity or whatever they think, it's like it's not a big thing. And they compare it with one of the analogies you see here, and look at Bill Gates' reaction to this.
It's like summoning the demon. That generated a lot of hot debate. Baidu's chief scientist Andrew Ng recently said during an interview.
What's this guy's name? Andrew Ng. Okay, Andrew Ng. Okay.
That worrying about the dark side of artificial intelligence is like worrying about overpopulation on Mars.
The quality of the audio in this video is horrible, so I'm not sure if you guys can understand. I'm just saying this guy, so Andrew Ng guy, is like a Baidu's chief scientist or some shit, said that worrying about the dark side of artificial intelligence is like worrying about overpopulation on Mars. And this was his take on when Elon Musk said, giving full force to artificial intelligence is like summoning a demon, right? So basically what he's saying is like, that's all, bluff. We don't have to worry about so much. It's just like, we're creating them. But
how would you address that? He said it's a distraction to this scientists being artificial intelligence.
I think that's sort of radically inaccurate analogies. I know a bit about Mars.
Guys, Elon Musk just said, I know a bit about Mars.
So the risks with sort of digital superintelligence, and it's important to appreciate that it wouldn't be just human level, it would be superhuman almost immediately.
All right. Let me just see. I want you to appreciate that it wouldn't just be human level. It would be superhuman almost immediately. Just take a moment to kind of put into your head what that could mean. It means that given that we accomplished this, it's not that, we got to make a human, we got to make a robot that's like has the capabilities of human beings. It would be superhuman almost immediately. It would just like, that's what he's saying, right? And this is not that unbelievable when you think about like all the little components that we can put into it, right? So, for example, like a simple calculator in mathematics can outdo us by 1,000% more, right? In terms of speed, accuracy. So that's just one component of the thing. And there's so many other things that would go into these robotics, and they would have all of that basically at their fingertips. Right? Literally.
Just separate that humans to be way, way beyond anything we can really imagine. I think more appropriate analogy would be like if you consider, say, nuclear research with the potential for a very, very dangerous weapon, releasing the energy is easy. Um, Containing that energy safely is very difficult. And so the right, I think the right emphasis for AI research is on AI safety. We should put vastly more effort into AI safety than we should put into advancing AI in the first place. Because it may be good or it may be bad. And it could be catastrophically bad. It could be the equivalent of nuclear meltdown. So you really want to emphasize safety.
This part is not that important, but I mean, it is important for our race, but it's not entertaining. Basically, it's saying that, we should put all the emphasis on safety. So let's say 90% safety, and that's how we take the approach and move forward. 10% advance, right? Instead of fuck yeah, let's use everything we get to advance this shit. Let's see what's the greatest robot we can build, and then could be equivalent of a nuclear meltdown, as he said.
So I'm not against the advancement of AI. I want to really be clear about this, but I do think we should be extremely careful. And if that means it takes a bit longer to develop AI, then I think that's the right trade-off. We shouldn't be rushing headlong into something that we don't understand.
Where's Bill Gates at? My
Bill,
boy
I
Billy.
know you share similar views with Elon, but is there any difference between you and him?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, he actually put some money out to help get some more coin on this, and I think that is absolutely fantastic. For people in the audience who want to read about this, I highly recommend this Boston book called Superintelligence. But the basic point that Elon has made.
Oh, what a shout out.
We have a general purpose learning algorithm that evolution has endowed us with. And it's running in an extremely slow computer.
So goodbye to all those fucking prehistoric people that we can call now, aka the last generation. Or do you know what your brain can do? Do you know what you're here? We are beyond measure. We understand, guys, but when you take it into account of exactly what are we comparing this to, that's what it comes down to. Bill Gates saying we are running in an extremely slow computer. Our mind is not, it's amazing, it's beautiful, but it's not as great as we think. It's not unbeatable. You know what I mean?
Very limited memory size.
Limited memory size.
Ability to send data to other computers.
Ability to send data.
This funny mouth thing here.
Okay, so he's just saying, we have to talk to other people, so we're just calling ourselves, computers.
And
But it's also
whenever we build a new one that starts over, it doesn't know how to walk.
I love him. He's actually great. I should watch a bit more about Bill Gates. He has a humor. Whenever we build a new one, it starts over. It doesn't know how to walk. Talking about fucking kids.
Yeah. So believe me, as soon as this algorithm, taking experience and turning it into knowledge, which is so amazing, and of course we have not done in software. As soon as you do that, it's not clear you'll even know when you're just at the human level. You'll be at this superhuman level almost as soon as that algorithm is implanted in silicon.
Bam, man. Fucking crazy. So what he's talking about here is obviously the algorithm, well, to my understanding is like this. So when we can pin down the learning, what it means to learn and implement, right? Learn and implement, and we put it into that robot, we can't even gauge when he will be at the human level. He could be right zoom past it without us even knowing. And if you think about it, it really fucking isn't that unbelievable, because Okay, we have all the information in the world that's going on right now at our fingertips. Okay, amazing. We have the World Wide Web. But do we can we recall every information that in every Google page at any given time at will? Of course not. We forget what we searched yesterday. We have to search it again to recall. A robot, that's one of the basic elements it'll be starting out with. The internet connection, and he'll have the World Wide Web at his fingertips. Not even at his finger, it'll be in his freaking nervous system. Anything happens in Baghdad, he knows it right then, right there. And that's just one component of it.
And, actually, as time goes by, that silicon piece is getting ready to be implanted. The amount of knowledge, as soon as it has that learning algorithm, it just goes out on the internet and reads all the magazines and books and things like that. We have essentially been building the content base for the superintelligence.
Oh my god, this sentence right there should be quoted. We have essentially been building the content base for the superintelligence. This is all like just pre-work. Now we're gonna build shit that can like really put it and use this information and whatever they're fucking gonna do with it, kill us or build shit we want and take it to the next level. You know what just came in mind? I think that's what's really going to happen. We're going to take us to Mars using very intelligent robots. Good job, Shipka. You must go contribute to this election. I mean, interview, whatever it is.
You think you're using the internet? That's actually what you're doing. So, I try not to get too exercised about this, but when people say it's not a problem, that really, then I can start to get really in a point of disagreement. How can they not see what a huge challenge this is?
This is a very difficult thing, and I really didn't catch this part until I just watched it with you guys again. And now Elon Musk analogy actually makes sense a lot. He said that containing the energy, releasing the energy of a nuclear bomb is easy, but containing that energy safely is difficult. And when he says, how can you not see the huge challenge? This is exactly what he's talking about. Once you get that algorithm in place and you can put in a robot, trying to gauge where we actually hinder it again or put boundaries is going to be so difficult because everything we have created, all the knowledge and everything, it has in its freaking nervous system. Oh man, good shit, good shit. Crazy the times we live in, man. Can't wait to let time pass and see what the future holds for us, guys.